Welcome to this episode where we explore Guanajuato City and Day of the Dead. Guanajuato City is the capital of the state of Guanajuato and is a silver mining town with centuries of history, nestled in a narrow valley, almost 7,000 feet in elevation, about 4 hours northwest of Mexico City. It's a city with nearly 200,000 people, from the humblest of living conditions to amazing hillside villas and condos full of color. Because of the steep mountain valley, Guanajuato only has one road coming into the city, and there are very few roads in the city. To get around here, you navigate thousands of alleys, or callejones, climbing stairs up steep side hills. Some famous alleys like Sal si puedes, exit if you can. Another famous alley is Tocolote, through which the first battle in the independence of Mexico started in 1810 in Guanajuato. Another famous alley is Callejón de Beso, or Alley of the Kiss, where it is believed that if lovers kiss across this 66-inch alleyway, they'll have 7 years of good luck. Guanajuato's road system is actually under the city. They built tunnels to divert the Guanajuato River to reduce the risk of flooding in this steep valley. A dam was built in 1960 and the tunnels were converted to roads. All through the city there are these stairs that access below the tunnels for the transit system. If you can imagine, for hundreds of years the river ran underneath these homes where the road is now. Guanajuato City was definitely the most colorful and cultural city that we had visited up to this point in Mexico. I'd like to think I've been around quite a bit. I've never been anywhere like this city. It is just the coolest place. So many alleys and colors. The culture, just, look at us walking around the corner and what do we have? Just awesomeness everywhere. Oh dear. Guanajuato has it all, from a tortilla maker that makes 22,000 tortillas an hour to a wood-fired rotisserie chicken. Things lead to the Plaza de la Paz, Plaza of Peace. This is where the richest of the families built their homes. It's the heartbeat of Guanajuato. The main church is now a basilica, built between 1671 and 1696. The cool thing about this city is that you can see the change in architectural influence. The basilica has a strong Spanish influence to it. The Juarez Theater, built in 1872 to 1903, has a neoclassic style with Greek mythology. Hidalgo Market, built in 1910 on the former site of the Gaviria Bullring, has a look and feeling all of its own. Everywhere you look in the city, there's amazing statues, amazing architecture, cathedrals, history, culture, color. Just love this city. Guanajuato was built on silver, and one of the most important mines was the La Valencia mine, started in 1774, at one point producing 2/3 of the world's silver. It has been in continuous operation for over 250 years, and Guanajuato, over the centuries, has been one of the richest states in Mexico.
Red, orange, red, rojo, red. Hey, ¿qué te pasa, pollo? ¿Qué, pollo? ¡Ah! ¿Por qué? ¡Sí! Nada, que nada más una, pero las toqué. ¿Y esa será?
As night set on this beautiful city, it was time for the real reason we came to Guanajuato, Dia los Muertos, or Day of the Dead. I wanted to understand the movie Coco. I wanted to know if this really happened in Mexico or if it's just a cute movie. Boy, was I surprised. Let's start with the Catrina, the skeleton face painting. A guy by the name of Jose Posada created this image in 1910. Posada was trying to poke fun of Mexican people trying to claim European culture and deny their own. But this didn't take off until Diego Rivera painted this image on a mural in Mexico City in 1947. And this sparked the Katrina that we're all familiar with for Dia de los Muertos and Coco. Here's what we have is pan de muerto. It's traditional. Pan de muerto is bread of the dead. And it's the traditional kind of donut they make just for this holiday. And it's like a vanilla, sugary, nothing like I've tasted in America ever. And these are supposed to be the skull and crossbones. The next tradition is the calavera, or the sugar candy skull, which turned into the sugar candy everything. And man, they make some cool stuff. And this is all used for the Afrendas. Over Mexico are fields of cempasúchil, or the marigold, grown specifically for November 1st and 2nd, Day of the Dead. In town, you can see people selling flowers, people buying flowers, so much activity. I was really surprised to see this was really going on. It wasn't just a movie. All over the city were Afrendas, everywhere you looked, in businesses, in the alleyways, look in people's windows and see their personal Afrendas in their homes. Just layers of memories of food, of calaveras, marigolds, pan de muerto. People were proud to show you their Afrenda and tell you about their ancestors. All this energy led up to November 1st, where people climbed the alleyways, climbed the hill to the Panteon, or the cemetery, to find the graves of their loved one. So they would wash and clean, set up flowers, put up their favorite pictures, food. There are literally thousands upon thousands of plots in this cemetery. They're 7 high and row after row. What really surprised me was the people that had passed away recently had a lot of flowers, had a lot of memories. But when you went to the older sections of the cemetery, where all of their living descendants had passed on, no one was there, and no one was remembering them, which just blew me away. It was just like the movie. It's real life. It was amazing to me. We finished out that night at Plaza de la Plaza, where there was a big procession, some sort of a church meeting that I don't know what it was, but it was really cool to watch. The chapel, the cathedral, just completely filled with people. It was a very important night for them, but I don't know what it was. It's my very gringo take on Guanajuato and Day of the Dead, and I sure apologize if I got any facts wrong. If any of you are looking for an absolutely cultural experience, book the weekend of November 1st in Guanajuato. Book it early because it books up. You will not be let down. The city is amazing, and the Day of the Dead is something to experience.
Look, Brian, lock the keys in the car. Whoops. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Hooray, gracias.